thing, and it has created impact on the people. So if credit is operated in isolation, it doesn't make that impact which it should. In Nepal, we have been operating microfinance program for last nearly 3 decades. And one thing that we differ from here is our microfinance institutions have been operating in isolation. They are more focusing on disbursement of credit. And the credit plus activities, which are badly required for converting the microfinance member into micro-entrepreneur, is missing. This is what I found here adequately present among the clients, and it could create tremendous impact in the lives of the have-nots. And the have-nots are now transferring into micro-entrepreneurs. And one thing that we notice here also elsewhere, I think, is you should start with what they know and what they have, not start with the things unknown to them. If you start with what they know and what they have, that will lead to success. You can further strengthen them, upgrade them by providing technical support, skills, and access to many other services. When we talk of these micro-entrepreneurs, I think it has to be backed up with insurance as well. This is very interesting here to note that all these micro-entrepreneurs have had insurance service as well. Back to our country in Nepal, I think there are now more than 90 microfinance institutions. And there are more than 150 cooperatives working for providing microfinance services. And there are tough competitions. But competition in extending bigger and a bigger amount of loan. So multiple financing has been cropping up. And that has created over-indebtedness among the clients. This is really a bad thing. That is why we have been now campaigning for clean microfinance. Let us give more importance on quality than quantity. I generally do not look after the quantity part of the how much money you disburse. How much money the client required to upgrade his business. That should be the major concern of us. And most microfinance institutions, they are operating like a credit distribution channel, especially in my country, and we have to reverse it. And we have to promote micro entrepreneurship among the microcredit clients and help them upgrade their skill and upgrade their activities. We don't want to keep them bonsai. So microfinance does not mean keep them small. We have to upgrade them. We have to help them get out of poverty first, have livelihood. Livelihood is just a first step, and then they have to climb up. We have to help them to climb up to micro-entrepreneur, and then medium entrepreneur, and then to small entrepreneurs. This way, the lending organization also can enlarge their portfolio, have better income. And one thing that I notice in several countries, that microfinance institutions are now becoming more and more commercialized. Microfinance is a social business. it was started as social business, but gradually it is becoming more and more commercialized. And finance institutions are more inclined to make more and more profit. So even if they make profit, I think there are institutions in different countries which have plowed back the profits and they give better services to their clients, especially in promoting their enterprises. So at least 50% of the profit should be plowed back for helping the microfinance clients to upgrade their enterprises. And here in this country, I think the self-help groups have been scaling up the clients from livelihood to entrepreneurship. This is really a very good thing to learn from here. And what I feel by observing the program here and listening to the distinguished speaker in this country, I feel that microfinance institution and the development agencies should work hand in hand together. So in our country, most of the handouts, the supports given by the government agencies are in isolation, and that does not really reach the target group. But here I see the government agencies and the microfinance institutions, they are going together, and this will create better impact in the members. And also the microfinance leadership determines the whole thing. Like here in SKRDP, Dr. Birendra Hegde, under his amazing leadership, things are changing in the state of Karnataka. So I urge my fellow microfinance leaders in Nepal to learn from him. Microfinance is not just a money distribution business. You have to go with the clients, the needs of the clients. You have to upgrade their capacity, and then you will automatically realize good income, and which can be further flowed back to further betterment of the client. So microfinance institutions should act as a facilitator and should intercept, especially in the case of the most deprived, marginalized, and downtrodden. We have to go in search of them. Just superficial type of targeting will not reach them. And you have to be determined, you have to go in search of them and find them out and then help them, stay with them and plan with them, and then definitely we can give them a package that they really need to come out of poverty. And in this respect, I think microfinance institutions should act as a facilitator. They have to facilitate for access to ideas, access to credit, access to skill building, access to technical support, access to technology. Technology is very, very important to upgrade the capacity of our client. Yesterday, we visited one gentleman who is making tools. See, with the help of the solar energy, he has now been making much better, implement more efficiently. So we have to relate technology as well. Microfinance institutions do not provide technology by themselves, but they can link up with technology institutions and They have to give the clients access to information and access to mentors and guides.
Shankarji, can we?
So with this, I would like to conclude my remarks here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Shankarji, for sharing this perspective, comparing what you have seen here and what's back home in Nepal. Can I request Mr. Janardhan, Executive Director, Rudsetti, can you tell us, is it possible to train SHG women to become entrepreneurs?
Om Sri Manjunathaya Namaha. Seeking the blessings and touching the lotus feet of Parama Puja Dr. D. Virendra Hegdeji, Matru Shri Hemati Hegdeji, dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, and all the members, a warm good morning to all of you. I think I'm given 9 to 12 minutes.
Now it's not there, no? We already spent quite a lot of time.
Okay, till such time. See, I'm here to talk about the capacity building and training to SHG members to take them to the next level. I'm going to talk about the model, which is a brainchild conceived and implemented by none other than Parama Puja Dr. D. Virendra Hegdeji, which has been running successfully for the last 37 years. The Government of India, New Delhi, Ministry of Rural Development, has appreciated, not only appreciated, it has requested, directed all the banks across the country to replicate the model. I would like to bring to the notice of many of you that even the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Sri Narendra Modi ji, when he visited Dharmasthala, where about 1.5 lakh SHG members were there while he was addressing, he was saying that the universities across the country and the globe, if they want to really learn something about rural development, it is good that they come and meet Hegdeji for suggestions. That's a kind of validation. So the model which I am going to talk is on a model which believes, whatever I say, the Hegdeji believes that people have innate potential, irrespective of the education background, irrespective of the social background. To just cite an example, a vegetable vendor who takes about 1,000 rupees as a hand loan in the morning. He does a business and he has to pay 1,100 with interest. So he got to earn another 100. So by the end of the evening, he is able to earn 1,200 rupees. So with 1,000 investment, he is able to earn 200 rupees by the evening. This is called an innate potential. So it is believed that in this model, everybody, irrespective of the education qualification, the social background, people have innate potential. The only thing that is we need to facilitate these people, give them the confidence, provide the kind of skills. Because we are all talking that the banks, they are not willing. But Hegdeji always believed that instead of forcing the banks to lend, why not we create an environment wherein banks will willingly provide finance. So, to make that environment ecosystem happen, the training and capacity building plays a major role. How does the training happen? The training can happen not just knowledge, skill that we talk about in most of the cases, most of the forums. Hegdeji always believed that it's not just skill. The most important is the soft skills. It's not just the soft skills, it's also the kind of motivation that is required to take these people. Because most of these people, they have this kind of fear of failure. They say that they will not be able to do it. But by providing knowledge, skills, not only just skill sets, if we are able to motivate them and give them the kind of soft skills that are required. A person may be very good at business, but he doesn't know how to talk to the customers, how to talk to the dealers, how to talk to the suppliers. Then will his unit flourish? No. So as of now, the SHG movement, so it's believed that entrepreneurs are made, they are not born. They are not born. That is the slogan with which we go. We have this model was started in 1982 by Pooja Hegdeji with partners with Syndicate Bank. This is one good example I would like to cite. She is Mona Singh from Bhopal, earning about 3,000 rupees and was living hand to mouth. You can see the person very traditional, introvert, and she never talked to any of the, even to the neighbors. When she undergone the kind of training that I am going to explain to you, can I have the next slide, please? Oh. You can see the change. That's the ID card she holds, and now you can see the transformations here. She is only 10th failed. She is 10th failed. She has 226 workers under her, earning 1.5 lakh per month. You go to her house, you go to her office, you will find Hegdeji's photo in her office, in her house. I think, yeah. Okay. So, the issue now is, we have 3 different segments, that is income generation, self-employment, then entrepreneurship. Okay. This is a various award. She goes to very big colleges also. She doesn't know English. She speaks only Hindi. I think we can skip that. Or next slide, please. Next. Next. This is about SHG. Next. I think we'll go to the training part here. Next, please. Next. Yeah. Previous one. Yeah, this is, thank you. So this is income generation where they have part-time, like they have an animal, they do 1 or 2 hours of work, and then they have another main, like a farmer going to his farm, or tailoring she does for 2 hours and she is off to some other labor. And self-employment where it involves full-time, like we have a vegetable vendor or somebody there on the streets. So the SHG as of now they are come under 2 broad segments, income generation and why we all assembled here is to take them to the next step, that is entrepreneurship. So what exactly is this entrepreneurship? This can be achieved, and it has been proved with the kind of example that I have already given. A 10th failed lady is now an entrepreneur, having about 226 workers, and she has given livelihood to those people. So I'll be talking about that model, and it is talking about this model is like there is something saying like Sagar ko gagar mein bharna, means holding the ocean in 2 palms. It is very difficult to explain in the time given, but I'll try to do. Yeah. So as of now, as I understand, you can correct me, there's a lack of self-confidence and fear of failure, inferiority complex, negative attitude, frustration, all this now with the SHG members because of so many other reasons. But it's always, there are many positivities these people do whole life. You ask anybody, if they ask us, if they come and ask them, do you want to be success or do want to earn more? They always say yes. So they have innate positions which I have already agreed. So if you are able to provide good business opportunities that are there and how to manage the enterprise, if this can be inculcated, imparted in the training, yes, it is possible and it has been proved for the last 37 years. So what? Yeah. Thank you. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. So what I mean to say is the training Most of the, the models, they speak only about knowledge skill sets, but what is more important, we felt and experimented for the last 37 has been success is, it's important that they also get soft skills, which are not technical in nature. Technical, yes, people can be given on how to manage the enterprise, how to understand the financials, how to understand the supply chain, backward and forward linkages. Yes, this can be imparted, and more important is through a business, because we have something called business games, which we will be using during the training. Once a person administers that game, participates in the game, he will be able to tell what is the quality, importance of the quality, what is the time management, what is the supply, importance of holding the stock. All this, instead of taking a session, it's adult learning and participative mode. And more important is ethics, and more important is, as I said, the kind of morals they follow. So all this form the major, course module that we have. The kind of training is a short-term, highly intensive course. We are able to implement all this in 10 days training program. If it is only entrepreneurship development training, it's for 10 days. And if somebody wants a skill, it is for 30 days. It's a short-term, highly intensive course coupled with all that. So I think I'll take some questions while be seated, because I didn't want to exceed my timing. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Janardhan. With a couple of technological disruptions, still you gave out the message that it's just not finance, that we have to do other things, look at the technology. And so I request Mr. R.R. Singh now to talk about how we replicate this highly successful model of RoadSeti.
So my friend Janardhan has done a very good amount of work for me, and he explained the parent. Now I am going to explain the family of the RSATich. And since yesterday, we all have been talking about the entrepreneurship and promotion of micro enterprises. See, to achieve this promotion of micro enterprises, if you see the journey of 3 decades of SHG movement, from the inception of the livelihood, the journey has now come to a stage wherein we have to support the micro enterprises. If you see the journey now onwards as a micro enterprise, it's going to be very, very challenging, because the livelihood and consumptions are comparatively easy, but to promote entrepreneurship and micro enterprises has got lots of challenges. And to overcome this challenge, we have a beautiful model called rural self-employment.